PSA Dude Number 1, January 17th, 2003, on location at the Houston Art Car Museum. Well, hello Houston, and welcome to a new program here on We the People Television, Houston Media Source, Cable Channel 17 for most of cable viewing Houston. And the name of this show is The PSA Dude. The what? The PSA Dude, that's me. It's a new program that we're going to read your 501c3 community or nonprofit organization's public service announcements and get the word out to about 750,000 cable viewers here in the Houston area. This is our first of this new series, the PSA Dude, along with Outreach Director Mark Pirtle. My name's Jim Ellinger, the PSA Dude. Now, if you've got a public service announcement that you'd like to have aired here on the PSA Dude, you need to mail it to us at the PSA Dude, Houston Media Source, 3900 Milam, Houston, Texas, 77006. Now, we're not accepting emails or faxes just yet. We're just gearing up this new program. So again, if you've got a public service announcement, either in writing or on video, send it to the PSA Dude, care of Houston Media Source, 3900 Milam, Houston, Texas, 77006. Now, in case you haven't kind of figured it out yet, we're here at the Houston Art Car Museum, which is located at 140 Heights Boulevard in the Heights of Houston, and it is filled with the wildest and most exotic automobiles you have ever seen. And this is an independent nonprofit organization here in Houston dedicated to art and cars and art cars. You can find out more about the Art Car Museum by visiting them here at 140 Heights Boulevard. They're open every Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and their phone number is 713-861-5526, or you can go online and find them at www.artcarmuseum.com. And we're going to be kind of rolling around here on our own little art car for this, the first edition of the PSA Dude. Now, what we do here on the PSA Dude is we read public service announcements. So I want to get to the very first one here, and it's from our good friends over at the Houston Food Bank. Now, we know there's a real problem with hunger here in Houston. A lot of Houstonians do go to bed hungry every night, and there's not an organization that does more work to address the issue of hunger in Houston than the Houston Food Bank. Why don't we go see what their video has to tell us right now?
It's perfect, no?
Perfecto.
Welcome to the Houston Food Bank and the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Houston's Kids Cafe. Here in our state-of-the-art kitchen, some of Houston's leading chefs are helping kids learn about nutrition, about preparing healthy meals, and in serving wholesome after-school snacks and nourishing dinners. To help support Kids Cafe or our other important programs, contact the Houston Food Bank.
Magnifique.
Okay, and that was the news from the folks at the Houston Food Bank. I bet we do a future edition of the PSA Dude. Hey, get that buffalo off here. Future edition of the PSA Dude at the Houston Food Bank. Again, if you've got a nonprofit public service announcement, either in writing or in video, that you'd like to have aired here on the PSA Dude, send it to the PSA Dude, care of Houston Media Source, 3900 Milam, Houston, Texas, 77006. Now, we need to get that PSA at least in 3 weeks in advance. 3 weeks in advance. Doesn't do us any good to send us a PSA for an event coming up this weekend. So send those PSAs to us 3 weeks in advance. Now, here's another PSA with the PSA Dude. Now, if you're a music buff or even a music historian, you might not be aware of this particular bit of music we're going to tell you about right now. This is some pretty interesting stuff. The Houston Early Music Group will present the English ensemble, the Orlando Consort, in a concert of church music from one of the most prolific periods of composition in English history, the Middle Ages. Now, while the composers of this period were widely respected as among the very best in Europe, little of the music survived. It was destroyed. Old King Henry VIII, what an unmerry old soul he was. King Henry VIII's policy of sacking and destroying churches and monasteries meant that most of this royal music was lost to history. Very few pieces of the royal manuscripts survived, and most of those were just bits and pieces from various other sources. Remarkably now, some of this music is re-emerging for the first time in centuries. Some of this music has reemerged because the parchment on which it was written was considered too valuable to be burned up. So they instead used it for such purposes as lining shoes, wrapping fish, or binding new books. Can you imagine? Wrapping fish. It was from this uncovering of books and the fragments of the parchments within the books that they rediscovered this lost music. Now, in some cases, they were able to completely reconstruct entire mass movements. In other cases, only small portions of it. This is the first time this has been performed in Houston, and this is a newly discovered music form. It'll be performed by the Orlando Consort of England on Tuesday, January 28th, at the Trinity Episcopal Church, which is located at 1015 Main Street at Holman. A fascinating bit of music. Even if you think you've seen every bit of music there is to see, you've never seen this. Again, the Orlando Consort will be performing on Tuesday, January 28th, starting at 8 p.m. at the Trinity Episcopal Church at Holman at 1015 Main Street. If you'd like to find out more about Houston early music, give Nancy Ellis a call at 281-356-2658. Again, that's Houston Early Music, 281-356-2658, or you can go online and find them at houstonearlymusic.org. Now, I should tell you that this concert is made possible by a grant from the City of Houston and Harris County through the Cultural Arts Council of Houston and Harris County. Wow, music undiscovered for centuries to be performed here in Houston. That's pretty cool. Well, this is the PSA Dude here on We the People TV, and we are, of course, in the Art Car Museum, one of the most colorful and fascinating places in the entire city of Houston. Now, if you're already familiar with Houston Media Source, and maybe you're a producer right now, you know we have hundreds of people, just like yourself, who don't just sit there on their butt with the remote control on the couch watching TV. They actually make TV. And you can make television as well. Hundreds of your friends do. Why don't you try it out? Got something you want to talk about? Have a political opinion or a lifestyle you want to promote, or maybe your favorite band or community group. This is the place to do it. If you'd like to become... Yeah, we're cool. That's it. We're just a fly on the bumper of an art car in Houston, the PSA show. If you'd like to become a producer on Houston Media Source We the People TV, the first thing you need to do is come to one of our orientation. They're free, they're fun, and they're held every Monday, except holidays, at 6 p.m. in the Carriage House behind Houston Media Source's offices and studios at 3900 Milam. Again, if you'd like to find out more about being on TV instead of just watching TV, come to a free fun orientation held every Monday, except holidays, at 6 p.m. at 3900 Milam. If you'd like to find out more about that, the main number of Houston Media Source is 713-524-7700. And again, my name's Jim Ellinger. I'm the PSA Dude, and getting a little car sick here as we drive around the Art Car Museum. And we're right now in the Andy Mann Memorial Video Gallery. Andy Mann was a talented and prolific videographer here in Houston for many years, who we lost. He went to video heaven a couple years ago. His artwork, his tremendous videos that really show some of the very best of the art and talent and fun of Houston, Texas, live on the Houston Media Source, here at the Art Car Museum and other places. And we're going to be seeing some of Andy Mann's videos about the Art Car Parade, which is coming up. The Art Car Parade will be held here in Houston, Texas, one of the most fun events in this city. If you don't believe me, then you probably haven't been to it. The Art Car Parade is going to be held on Saturday, May 10th in downtown Houston. It's a production of the Orange Show, another great art group. And yes, we will be visiting the Orange Show in a future edition of the PSA Dude. If you'd like to find out more about the Orange Show or the 2003 Art Car Parade, give them a call at 713-926-6368 or go online to, theorangeshow.org. And we'll definitely be there, and we're going to be running some footage from Andy Mann. Here we are at the Andy Mann Memorial, the video gallery here at the Art Car Museum. This is the sort of stuff that you can produce yourself here in Houston. One of the best media assets the city of Houston, the citizens of Houston have, is cable access. You can speak for yourself, unfettered, uncensored, and, out of control maybe a little bit. and get your opinion and view and lifestyle and favorite band out to the entire cable viewing audience to watch. All right, let's get to another PSA. This one's kind of an in-house public service announcement. If you already are a producer at Houston Media Source, well, first of all, hey, thanks a lot. We appreciate all the hard work you do to make these great television programs. And as you may know, we have annual video awards, which they'd postponed for the last couple of years, and the wait is over. In May of 2003, just a couple of months away, the 2003 HMS Video Awards will be held. This is a fairly big deal. This is going to be held down at the Majestic Metro Theater. Ooh, the creme de la creme of Houston theaters. A beautiful historic building in downtown Houston. In May, we'll get to more details to it soon, in May of this year will be the 2003 Video Awards. If you are currently an Access producer here on Houston Media Source, you are eligible to submit your program. Hey, you can win a big award. Lots of people are going to be there. You have to have your program aired here on Houston Media Source between June 1st, 1999 and December 31st of last year. You can give Tracy a call at 713-524-7700 and say, hey, what's up with the 2003 Video Awards? Okay, as we wheel around here on our little PSA Dude cart here amongst the beautiful art cars of the Art Car Museum, I want to remind you once again, this is a brand new program, numero uno. This is the very first one of the PSA Dude, a public service program here on We the People Television, Houston Media Source. Hey, dude, what's going on? Man, you need a haircut. If you've got a public service announcement that you'd like to have aired, be it video or written, mail it, no email or fax just yet, to the PSA Dude, care of Houston Media Source, 3900 Milam, Houston, Texas, 77006. Varoom, varoom. All right, we're going to wrap up the first edition of the PSA Dude. I want to thank Mark Pirtle, the man behind the camera, myself, Jim Ellinger, the one in front of the camera. Thanks for tuning in to We the People Television, your cable access for all of Houston, Texas. We're driving.